And it says we are live. It is Thursday night. I'm here, you're beautiful. It's time for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell as it helps me out a ton and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links, all that in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And of course, Christmas has now kind of passed for a lot of people, although around my neck of the woods and here with my family, we tend to start celebrating it like on 22nd, 23rd, and it goes really all the way till old Christmas Day. So some people have been asking me, how was my Christmas? My Christmas isn't over, baby. We are still celebrating. Of course, the new year is up and coming. Tomorrow is going to be my last review of 2022, and it is going to be everything HasLab Victory Saber. We're going to go through. We're going to see him next to really a bevy of Autobot leaders, as well as comparisons with my current Deathsaurus and Lio Kaiser. We're going to really do the math of the value to see if we get up to $180. And of course, we will see what, if any, QC issues my copy suffered, because it seems like it's been all over the map. Next week, we will kind of get back to our usual-ish schedule. The countdown was put up Tuesday, late Tuesday, actually, this week, because Monday here was Boxing Day, and I spent it with family. Of course, next Monday is the 2nd of January. I might get up then. I might not. I'll have to kind of see how things are following New Year's, right? So we'll kind of see how it goes, but the next couple of reviews are certainly ready to go. And I kind of know where I'm going from there after the fact. Anyway, I'm going to get things sort of set up here. And I realize, too, that like this time of the year, people are busy and whatnot. So I'm fully aware that there may be some people who not only see this after the fact, but might be slow to trickle in tonight. Let me just make sure I got everything here. All good and ready to go. Over here. Bear with me here a second, guys. Okay, let's check in. Hey, Joel, Waspinator, happy you're here, buddy. Took the whole week off of work, so making it to the stream on time was no problem. Nice. Hey, Lance. My Christmas has been pretty great, actually. Been pretty good. Hey, Mike, glad you're here, buddy. Big M. Hey, Devlin. Hey, Jay. By the way, Jay, it looks like you're probably going to get your wish. Last week, I think it was last week, I went through a bevy of listings that came my way and found out after the fact, really through talking a little bit with JT Prime 17, that it looks like the Studio Series Commander that I point out might be an 86 Ultra Magnus. So you might get your wish, Jay. I mean, I have no use for it, but for those who do need an Ultra Magnus for some reason, it looks like you may get your wish. I mean, we've had 6 Ultra Magnuses within like the last 6 years, not to mention a couple that came out before that. It seems like Ultra Magnus overkill to me, but you know what? To each their own. If you want it or need it, then go for it, I guess. Hey, Ultra Megatronus. Hey, Joshua. As we go down here a bit. Hey, Manitoba, season's greetings to you too, buddy. Finally found a crasher. Nice. Why'd you buy 2? I need an Ultra Magnus with the proper alt mode. That's why I have my upgraded Combiner Wars one. I'm back at work, which justifies me being up for the stream. I know it makes no sense, but I work Thursday evenings. Ah, okay. So I'm up at my midnight. Right on, right on. I got you. And is the stream your midnight? Like, are we gone live now at your midnight? Because it's 7:35 p.m. here. Just interesting. It's always interesting to know what people's different time zones and stuff are. Let's get into the news, shall we? Okay, so very first thing, let's start off with DNA Design. DNA Design unveiled not one but two upgrade kits within the last week. First is for Victory Saber, where it's going to give him basically a longer sword, certainly a longer sword blade. It will give him two new shoulder cannons, the V cannons or whatever they're called, that don't have the hollow pieces on the bottom, and they're a bit longer. It will also give him, so let's see, the more expressive eyes on the faceplate, the longer sword, the longer solid cannons. Oh, and it, I guess, includes extenders if you want Victory Leo's wings to be further out. I feel like the real pull with that set would be the sword and the two shoulder cannons. Arguably, they should have just been done that way anyway. Why they weren't, I don't know. Again, kind of cheapening out, I suppose. Neat, I guess, if you want it. The other one that they unveiled is for Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron, where there are two pieces in it to extend the tail in Dragon mode, so it's a bit longer if you want the tail to be longer. That would also mean in Robot mode that his ponytail is longer. They seem to be a pretty good match. A whole new chest piece. I'm a bit leery about how good of a match the red is. I don't know if he needs a new chest piece or not, but I think the real star of that set is the not one, not two, but three alternate heads that look quite good. He even has the they call it a crown, but it's really the like judge's wig that he wears at one point. I think they're two decent sets. Yeah. Oh, and a replacement hand, an actual articulated hand, since that mold seems to have just a fist hand and like no wrist and stuff. But I feel like the pull for the Victory Saber set is going to be the sword and the two shoulder blasters. The rest is kind of extraneous. And I feel like the pull for Megatron is going to be the alternate heads and probably the hand. The rest is probably extraneous. But I mean, to each their own. Leave it to DNA Design. They do nice work. So I'm not really shocked. E-Hobby, they are doing wave 5 of like their chibi styled collector cards if you're into that. They're also doing keychains. They're just flat, and they have a Starscream and a Soundwave and an Action Master Shockwave, but they're also doing 3 pretenders. That being Bludgeon, Stranglehold, and my boy, Octo Punch. I love that name. Again, these are just flat little keychains. They're not like characters or figures or anything like that. They're not like when we got the G1 mini bots done as keychains. These are just like pictures, basically, right? So if you're into it, cool. If you're not, cool. It's the best. It's the best I could say to you there. We had a couple of more. It's interesting. I gave that long list of peculiar listings, and there were some more that came up after the fact that I saw after from JT Prime 17. The first being Commander Armada Optimus Prime in Legacy is now confirmed and listed. We knew since 2018, 2019 that they have been working on that. It was going to be a leader class. It didn't quite fit. So yeah, Commander class makes perfect sense. I have less than zero interest in an Armada Optimus Prime, but I will say this. I know he has his fans, and I know there are people really, really excited about that. And I think Commander class is 150% the correct way to go to do him justice. So again, much like with Starscream and the other Armada characters and Unicron Trilogy characters, I'm happy to see it. It doesn't need to be targeted to me. I'll be very interested to see how the fans take to it. They seem to be real happy with the Armada Legacy Starscream. I hope that they continue to be happy with these Unicron Trilogy releases if you want to see more of them. I really, really sincerely hope you do. Titan Nemesis couldn't have less interest. I mean, I kind of already have the Nemesis because that's Trypticon's ship mode, and we got Trypticon. So I've always used, even in Universal Collision, I've always used Trypticon ship mode as the Nemesis. I even put the Toy Hack stickers on that says Nemesis, not Triptychon, right? I don't need it. I really don't need it. If you do, cool. I'll be interested to see what the robot mode will be. Some people have said, obviously, the robot mode is going to be Triptychon. That would be very redundant for them to do a Triptychon again. They only done them a couple of years ago, right? I guess they could, but I don't feel like that's what it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be one of these, like, it's the nemesis that turns into a robot. What it will homage, I don't know, because like the Ark's robot mode homages the last Autobot. I don't know. Will they come up with something called the Last Decepticon? I have no idea. Rise of the Beast, Voyager, Optimus Prime, Primal, and Rhinox listings all kind of up. So I don't think that any of us are shocked that those three characters would have Voyager class listings. Deluxe class Cheetor, gosh, that got to be better. That has to be better than the Kingdom Cheetor. That's just utter garbage. Just so bad. Studio Series Deluxe War for Cybertron Infantry. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I have fiddled around with the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron games. I watched the Scraplets actually play it, one of them in particular, and solve the whole thing. I don't remember what the like generic Decepticon bots were, what the like generic Viacon type of bots were, but my guess would be War for Cybertron Infantry. If they're delving into the video game as everybody seems to think they are, then whatever the kind of like main bots were that you were just always fighting, that's probably what you're going to get, something akin to that in Studio Series. We'll have to wait and see for sure. And then this one got me excited. Shattered Glass Grimlock. I mean, come on. They have to be using the Studio Series mold, and they will basically do Grimlock in Triptychon colors because that's what Shattered Glass Grimlock is. Can you imagine Shattered Glass Grimlock fighting regular Grimlock? Man, that'd be vicious. Absolutely vicious. Let's just check in with you guys very briefly here, see what you guys are saying. Here a little bit. Let's see. One crasher to open, one to keep in package. I don't get the point of keeping anything in package. I certainly don't get the point in spending double out what these prices are. But you do you, man. Been doing that a lot lately. It must be nice to be rich, is all I'm going to say. Because here to do that would be $80 plus tax. I don't have that to throw around to keep something in a box that I'm never going to use. So I envy you, I suppose. It's just after 10 in the UK. There you go. Hey, Ultra Marcus, happy you're here. Hey, Lance, by the way, if I didn't say, buddy. Little after 11. Hey, Keldeo. I found today a CW Ultra Magnus online. Second hand for 35 euros. I took the risk. I hope you enjoy it. Me and Input both kind of swear by the that Ultra Magnus. I would certainly suggest, if you can ever see your way clear, if you can ever find it, to get either the Perfect Effect PCPE, whatever it is, 17, I think it is, or the KO of it. I have the KO. I think Input has the actual one. It's a great cab and a new chest piece for that Magnus, and an alternate head. You don't need it. He's a tremendous. The Combiner Wars Magnus is a tremendous Magnus in and of himself. But if you can see your way clear at some point to get that upgrade kit or the KO thereof, totally worth it. If you can ever find the X2 Toys XT009 upgrade kit with the feet and the blasters, definitely a great upgrade kit. Again, not necessary. It does give him an ankle tilt, which is nice. Not necessary, but it does certainly add something. I was lucky. I managed to find one, but I was looking a lot of years to find one that was reasonably priced. Let's put it that way. Hopefully they'll do a reissue of it. But you know what? Having that core, having that base, Core Fighter. I think that's what he's called. I think that's what the Perfect Effect one is called, Core Fighter. But having that Combiner Wars Magnus base, at least it opens up those opportunities to you. And he is a tremendous Magnus with a great alt Commander Armada Prime is an insta buy for me. See, there you go. Like it's like I said, it's not for me, but for somebody like Waspinator, it's an insta buy, right? As long as it's not racked with QC. Oh, it's Hasbro. It's definitely going to be racked with QC issues. If it's a dud, I'll hunt down Naval Commander instead. Fair enough. Fair enough. I kind of wonder if they'll make Armada Jetfire and Overload, aka Prime Jet. See, you're thinking ahead too much, Keldeo. I would venture to say that whether or not they do those will 100% depend on how well this sells. They're not going to commit resources and money to a let's see if this works. They're going to wait and see if the Optimus works first. If it doesn't and people complain about it, then I don't think it's going to happen. If it goes over like gangbusters and people love it, then it's probably a foregone conclusion that it's going to happen. And you know what? Because I know that that's in your wheelhouse, I hope it happens for you. I really do. But I don't think it will unless you and other people that like Unicron Trilogy for whatever reason you like it. I don't get it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't get the appeal, not one iota. But I know it exists, so I hope you get what you want. I sincerely do. But I think you're only going to get it if you support the product coming out. Again, it's one of those you got to speak with your wallet. If you want more of the Unicron Trilogy stuff, you need to buy the Unicron Trilogy stuff, good, bad, or ugly, really. Because we all know that the G1ers will buy good, bad, or ugly and say it's all magnificent, even when it's not. Maybe the Nemesis could be the Fallen. I guess it could be, but like the Fallen's not a Titan. It wouldn't make sense to me for Megatronus to be a Titan, but it could be, I guess. It could, yeah. I don't think it's going to be a High Moon Triptychon. They're not. I think if you're expecting it to be a Triptychon, I think you're going to be disappointed. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. But I think that's too risky. I really think all of that is just too risky. Maybe I'm wrong, but time will tell, but we'll see. Cheetor should have been Voyager to get the engineering right. Maybe. I would think that the last Decepticon would have been either the Fallen or Megatronus. Yeah, well, I mean, no. The Megatronus would be the first Decepticon. That's what he's recognized as. Although I would argue that I think Liege Maximo is the first Decepticon, but whatever. What do I know? Shatterglass Grimlock sounds great until the comics. Oh, yeah, the comics would ruin them. Absolutely. Hey, Throwback Hero. Shatterglass Grimlock. Yes, take my money. I'm right there with you. All in on a Shatterglass Grimlock in Triptychon colors. Absolutely. I managed to get my hands on the Netflix Soundwave. That is still in the box and 2 years old with no signs of yellowing. It's a day code on it that may be safe from yellowing. Well, I hope it is. I hope it is. Good luck to you is all I can say. I painted mine. I've shown it on here. I painted mine. And you know what? He's not yellowing anymore now. By the way, just out of interest sake, let's take this guy down. I put up a picture of this earlier, but I finally got around to painting the HTB Toys Nanobots. Now, again, unlike the actual model kits, the mass-produced ones that you can pre-order now at TF Source, mine are prototypes. So I mean, they're a little bit rougher of a design anyway. But like, here's Optimus Prime. Can you see? Can you see him? Maybe you can see him here. Like, here's Optimus Prime. And you can see how tiny this is to be doing the paint with. We're talking Micromaster size, maybe even a little bit smaller than that. So I think they need the paint. But I mean, you're not going to be able to do a perfect job. It's just the nature of the beast, right? Do Canadians spell color with a U? Yes, we do. We spell color with a U, labor with a U. Basically, any of the stuff that should have a U has a U, right? COLOUR. That's the way we learned it. LABOUR. That's the way we learned it. Upgrade kits near me seem to be 45 euros. Doesn't seem worth it. That's fair. Hold on here. Hey, Nickel. I appreciate you coming in to say hello, my friend. I second the shout outs for the CW Magnus. I like the sculpt, and the Minimus Ambus is a nice touch. The Minimus Ambus is a nice touch, and it ties in beautifully with the Micromasters. Hey, Hida, been a while, man. Anyone here have a Netflix sound wave that has not yellowed or discolored? Not me. Um, I'd be happy even if the Nemesis didn't have a robot mode. I don't know, man. Here, I mean, Titan now is $350. I'm not. I have Triptychon. I don't need a Nemesis. That's not an amount of money to sneeze at, right? I'll be interested to see though what people get with it, right? I forgot that Legion Maximo was the first. Shadowglass Grimlock will give me a reason to get the Studio Series mode since I went with Planet X Dinobots. That's fair. Nano Optimus paint job looks good. Honestly, I think that they all turned out pretty well, except for the eyes of Megatron. If you go in close on the picture, like his eyes are atrocious. I did a garbage job on it, but it's because it's so tiny. Just in hand, being as small as it is, it's fine. It's fine. You can tell that the black is there, and you can tell that the red eye is there, and it's fine. The hardest one to do was Prowl. Oh man, I pretty much had to completely paint him. Again, being a prototype, I actually broke a ball joint, and you can imagine now how tiny this is. Luckily, I was able to repair the ball joint. It's on, it's solid. I put the arm back on, and I moved it around. It was easy for me to fix, but it was again prototype, right? But it's on. It was simple fix, and I pretty much had to paint the whole thing. But I love the look of the guys. They're so cool. They're so great. It was, when I talk about how small this was to paint it, I mean, I'm talking about precision brush, my smallest brush. A couple of times I used a couple of toothbrush bristles, and a couple of times I use toothpicks. Like that's the small tools you really need to use for this. Honestly, there's a couple of times I probably should have had a magnifying glass and magnified what I was painting, but whatever. I'm not that picky. Hey, Super Robot Ed. I have Legends Ultra Magnus with Mini Alpha Tron, and it's great. There you go. Yeah, and honestly, the Legends Ultra Magnus, I mean, I know the colors are a little different, but again, tremendous. Really tremendous. Did you get the arc upgrade? Got mine for 35 and eliminates the gaps. Finally catching up. Hey, Grimlock on. Been a while, buddy. I got the kits for the sides. Yeah, the guys are talking there about the kits for the arc. I didn't get the kits for the arc, but I've seen them. It is micro until the tiny Optimus that comes with Revenge of the Fallen Stratosphere. Well, no, I mean, I have the little Optimus that came with the arc too. But like, here's the difference between those things or the things that came with Unicron or the little Optimus that's come with Stratosphere. None of that transforms. None of it has articulation. None of it moves. These things scale like perfectly with Titans, and they're fully articulated, which is astonishing, really astonishing. Hey, Jay's videos. Do I think Thrilling 30 Blitzwing redeck? What? Do you think Thrilling 30 Blitzwing redecoed as Skyfire Jetfire with a couple of shoulder cannons instead of a turret tank could have worked? I mean, maybe. I think it would have been a stretch. I mean, you got to consider while you're saying that, Jay's videos, why would we do that? We had a leader class that came out in Thrilling 30 that was an excellent Jetfire, really excellent Jetfire. I guess it could work. I'd have to. I don't know, man. I don't know. It'd be a stretch for me. I think it would be a stretch for me. I mean, they use it for Starscream. I think that was E-Hobby maybe, and I think that was a stretch. It's a creative idea, but I don't know if it would work for me. Hey, Snell's World, what was the time from ordering until delivery for Studio Cell? Well, I ordered it right away. So I ordered it when it was still Zeta. It was a good year. But you got to remember though, they got delayed and almost didn't have it happen and had to redo things. because they got interfered with by Hasbro, right? Which was kind of dirty pool, if you ask me. If you're wondering in terms of seed, I mean, they say that as they're looking at a Q1 release. I don't believe that. My guess would be summer sometime, maybe. But if I'm being realistic, I wouldn't be surprised if it's October, November. But summer sometime, I think, is not outside the realm of possibility. Make of that what you will. Survive fan, you're not that late, buddy. I saw your video the other day on Commander on a possible Commander class Magnus. Yeah, I saw Super Robot Ed did talk about that. Hey, Blue Raccoon here this week. Hey, buddy. You won't believe my day was at Target. I assume it was a rough day, I guess. Broke down about Maverick. I love the F-14 Tomcat so much. Well, I hope you enjoy it. My Netflix Soundwave has minimal discoloration. So did mine. Mine had one spot on the knee. I said, I'm going to nick that in the bud right away and paint the guy. The grays are different shades. Yes, yes, yes. That's why I ended up mixing a cool gray between white and gray, and that's why I paint them. But yes, your apps. I'm right there with I'm right there with Haida. Haida? I don't know which way you pronounce that. I always say Haida, but let me know if I'm wrong about that, man. But yes, exactly. The grays just look different. One is a warm gray, one is a cool gray. Absolutely. What a great way to put it. I got Crasher for Christmas. She's pretty cool, though. I'm not a fan of that mold. That's fair. As we go down here a little bit. It's a stretch, and now I want to see what a Bumblebee movie, Jetfire, Skyfire would look like. The F-14 holding its own against the Su-57 and Top Gun Maverick was the most moving thing I saw. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know anything about planes or armies or military. I don't think there should be any militaries. Just to have two countries play Call of Duty for a weekend. Whoever wins, that wins. No one's hurt. No wasted money. I'm just throwing it out there. I've never seen a Top Gun movie. I don't like Tom Cruise. I don't really like army movies. I'm the wrong guy to say to because I'm not going to know what you're talking about. But you know what? I'm glad you're happy. Very light gray like silver. No, not a very light gray like silver. A cool gray. It's a cool gray. It's like the Siege or the Legacy Soundwave, like that type of gray, right? It's a cool gray, not a warm gray, and that's the best way I can describe it. They should have used the drag strip mold for Crasher. Ugh. I guess. I don't really like the drag strip mold though. See, that's the problem. I don't think it was very good. Mine's loosey goosey. I didn't get anything, but I wouldn't complain. I was gonna get Siege Ratchet, but wasn't available to get them. I'd be shocked if you would find a Siege Ratchet now. My rocket base has horrible discoloration. I might even look to replace it. No sunlight though. Interesting, because my rocket base doesn't. I recently put up a short about that. My rocket base is fine. Interesting though. Noted. I'll have to pay attention to that. Bit of an update on my new figures. Wolfang has a very loose arm which pops off and retracts. That's his name. Retracts. Is retract. Retracts is retracts. Yep. Though Soundwave is great, the core Shockwave pretty good. Yeah, because I was wondering about that from you earlier, right? That F-14 has definitely got shot down by that Su-57. Hey, Daniel. Listen to it while you're at work. I'm happy that you are able to listen at work. Hey, DJ Lucky. Inner shoulder blades, the upper biceps, the lower crotch, and left side pieces. I remember Hasbro used the Classics Mirage from 06 for fracture crack. They did, and I think that fracture, that 06, whatever it was, 07 fracture, I think that was a Walmart exclusive at the time, if I'm not mistaken. Siege Ratchet came with much better weapons than the Earthrise. Yes, I agree with Super Robot Ed. Ratchet was gonna be here for Christmas. Oh, okay, okay. Christmas Eve, but didn't get him, so I'll need to pick him up at the post office. Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were saying that Ratchet was at Target. My mistake. That had me confused. Got the Silverhawks DVD collection. Awesome. You know what? I've never seen Silverhawks until I saw the Toy Galaxy or Secret Galaxy like history of. I've never heard of Silverhawks. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing growing up for me. Looks like it was a good show though. I think the POTP Jazz Ricochet mold for Crasher's best. Everybody says that. I don't get it. There's nothing about the Power of the Primes Jazz Ricochet that would put me in the mind of Crasher in the least. Crasher doesn't have a big jazz chest. I don't know why people keep saying that. I don't agree with that, Haida. I know a lot of people say it, but I absolutely wouldn't have bought that because I would have said the body is 100% not Crasher. While I don't think this head is Crasher, and there is a 3D printed head out there somewhere, I think the body is a respectable body. I mean, granted, it's the Mirage mold, and that's an iffy mold, but still. Yeah, Walmart only. There you go. Got SS Rumble, fun little figure. I mean, I'm not getting that. It's not here, but it looks pretty good. I just wish the guy had elbows. Just sold off my ER Ironhide and ratchets in preparation for the SS ones that what a game we play. Not me. I detest the Studio Series 86 Ironhide. I think it looks like garbage. It's clear, it's tiny, it's not a Voyager, it's less than the Earthrise. It doesn't have the one box, it doesn't have the yellow stripe. I couldn't have less interest in it. Maybe if they do it correctly in Buzzworthy Bumblebee, but as it is, I don't know why people are going bonkers over it. It looks awful. It doesn't look accurate. The reds are all over the place. The hinges are ever. I don't get it. I'm infinitely happier with my Earthrise ones and my Siege one. Well, I don't have the Siege ones. One of the Scraplets has the Siege ones. They're in the house, but they're no longer mine. Yeah, easy pass for me. I don't play games with Hasbro. I'm done playing their games at these prices. It's now to the point where they need to win me back as a customer. The 07 Fracture would have been a pair of classics or universe, but it was delayed, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Do you think the Nemesis is going to be another Triptychon? No, I already addressed this. I don't think for a second it will. That would be foolish. I assume it's going to be another robot. We have a Triptychon who turns into the Nemesis. I think it's redundant. I think it's an unnecessary Titan, but whatever. I like to imagine that the F-14 in Maverick was infused with some sort of Valkyrie tech. Maybe. I mean, headcanon is headcanon. You do whatever works for you, man. We just got Jackpot using that Jazz mold. We got Jackpot using the 86 Jazz mold. We didn't get Jackpot using the Power of the Primes mold. Didn't find anything to pick up. Legacy Galvatron, A6 Sludge, yeah. No Fallen here yet, but he is released in Canada. Crasher was actually a Porsche. Whatever. It's not a Jazz Porsche. It doesn't look like Jazz. Why do people keep pushing this? It doesn't matter if she was a Porsche. The truth is, the Jazz mold wouldn't work for it. The Mirage mold doesn't work for it. You're just trying to find a race car. None of them really work for it. It is what it is. You can say what you like, but none of them really work for it. Truth is, she needs her own mold, but that's never going to happen. So it is what it is. Oh man, how far down did that go? Grew up on G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, and then Silverhawks on a weekday afternoon. Yeah, I mean, the other three that you say, I remember. I vaguely remember Thundercats. I barely remember those. But Silverhawks just, it wasn't a part of my world. Let's see. Have I missed this, or do you have a fan favorite figure you'd like to see an update of? Not really. If I never had another update of anybody, I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm good. At this point, I'm good. There's no update I need. That's where we're to, right? If I see it, and I want it, like cool. About the only thing, like if I was really stretching, throttle bots, do the rest of the throttle bots. That's me stretching. Otherwise, if I never got an update to anything else I had, I'd be cool. I still have a holographic Brave Star. Nice. I used to like Brave Star. Tex Hex. What a great name. I picked up the Legacy Wheelie. I think you mean the SS86 Wheelie. Robot mode is accurate, but the V mode sucks. I again, not here, not a part of my world yet. I suspect my shelves may play a role. That cheap MDF crap. I don't know what MDF is, but okay. A friend of mine I went to high school with got me the Legacy Predacon Sandstorm for Christmas. Nice. I'm with you on the Voyager Deluxe debate. I'm making sure my ER1 covered the cost so it hurts less. Oh, that's fair. That's a fair way to do it, Daniel. If you were able to sell it to cover that cost, that's fair. I'm going to go down here. I'm skipping some stuff here now, guys, because I've been on here updating for a bit. We do still have some news to get through. Brave Stars Classic, I agree. If I skip some stuff, I apologize. I did get that SS86 Ironhide just to get the Earth mode. Thank God it was on sale. If you can get it on sale, cool. Like if you can get it for a deluxe price, then get it. But as a Voyager, and again, it's just like with the SS86 Hot Rod. Everybody was like, "Why do you hate this thing?" I didn't say I hate it. I hated it as a Voyager because it's not. And everybody was comparing it and said, it's better than the original and it's better than the Titan's Return. I'm like, you're comparing a Voyager to deluxes. Yeah, it should be infinitely better. And same thing with this Ironhide. Like everybody compares it to the Earthrise and the Siege. That's not the comparison that would make sense. This is a Voyager. You need to compare it to other Voyagers. Is this Ironhide of the same caliber as G-Axis? Is it of the same caliber as Scourge? Is it of the same caliber as Bulkhead, as Cyclonus? No, I'm sorry, it's not. They've just traded some of the deluxe stuff out for some other deluxe stuff and said it's a popular character. We're going to sell it as a Voyager. Sorry, that doesn't impress me. Speaking of the Walmart exclusive Legacy Wave 1 stuff, they're all on sale for $17. That's funny. So like here, our three Walmarts got Legacy Wave 1. Did not get Wave 1.5 or Wave 2 or Wave 3. Like there's still RCs and drag strips and skids on the shelf. And it's been that way since about February, March of 2022. They never got anything else. And bulkheads. Barely saw any of the blasters, but there's always 2 or 3 bulkheads kicking around now. And they were late coming here, like months late coming here from everywhere else in the world. And then they didn't move off of Wave 1 there. I don't think they moved off Wave 1 at Toys R Us either. I'm not stressed out at all, Survive fan. Hey, Marcus. We need Kit and Airwolf next. Maybe. I mean, maybe if you're into that. That is no freaking Voyager. That is as much a Voyager as 86 Hot Rod is. It's true. I mean, I got a shirt that says not a Voyager, right? I'd like an update to the Cybertron Galaxy Force Voyager Vector Prime. Oh, that'd be a cool one to see. Although I love my original Vector Prime, but that'd still be a cool one to see. No clue what they'd retool it from. He would need his own mold, man. Interesting though. I have no Earthrise Bennetts. They're hard to get. I could get another Siege Ratchet and Siege Ironhide head swap. Paint. That's a lot of work. Not for sure. I got a rule when I get a new figure of an existing character I already got. I make sure to sell off the other one. Yeah, only one character at a time, buddy. I'm right there with you. Hey, Palpatine. Exalted One. I am not Mr. Brody Lee. I actually got a Hot Wheels version of Kit. So do I, somewhere, years ago. Same here. We barely got the same first wave. Yeah, right. Oh, and I know I'm going over stuff here, guys. Bear with me. They had the Speedia 500s. They did have the Speedia 500 stuff, though. Yes, they did. I'm trying to get the Earthrise Quintesson Judge. He's a hard one to get. He was hard even when he came out. I've been wanting to get Bulkhead to remake animated scenes like B making fun of Ratchet and Servo, I think, in Studio Receptor. Okay. Here they got bulkheads, kickbacks, and drag strips, plus cores. Oh, yes, plus the cores, yeah. But do not have the Scorpion, Sandstorm, or the other Insecticon repaints. Nope, nope, nope. So I'm right there with you, Mike. I sometimes buy doubles with the second one getting customized. That's fair, I guess. I got 2 Hot Wheels. The 18 van would be cool. Okay, so let's get back into the news. Not that we got a lot. Zavvi is apparently canceling Victory Saber pre-orders, which is very sad. This is why Victory Saber should have went to mainline retail. Now you're leaving money on the table, you're leaving sales on the table, and now you have a great big segment of Europe that is very unhappy with you because you did bad business. Zavvi is canceling Victory Saber pre-orders. That was the only avenue given to European fans during that backing. And this affects fans in Spain, France, Poland, Ireland, Sweden, Germany, Norway, and the Netherlands. That's a lot of countries that you've now alienated because you did bad, greedy business by trying to do your crowdfunding garbage. You should have just made a bunch of them, put them out. Trust me, both he and Victory Leo would sell. If for no other reason than you've done every other leader, or Takara has, and people would say, I need this to complete my Autobot leaders. Guaranteed it would have sold. Why did Zavvi say they were doing this? The stock was not fulfilled by Hasbro. Why Hasbro didn't fulfill the stock, I don't know. Was it another ship that sank, like happened to the fans in Taiwan? There's a lot of Victory Sabers that didn't get out. And I think that's a problem. There's been a lot of issues with Victory Saber and a lot of people. I see certainly on the Cybertron.ca boards, Canadian fans saying, I got this issue, that issue, contacted Hasbro, hope they do something, And all they're being told is, send it back, we'll give you a refund. I mean, you can't go and exchange it at a store for a better copy or anything, right? This crowdfunding garbage is bad for business. It's bad when you're a multi-billion-dollar company that does business the world over. Man, you got to stop it. You're only going to destroy your company if you keep doing it, because you've had a lot of issues with a lot of these things. Unicron had issues. Victory Saber had issues. The Sentinel had issues. The other great big one, Galactus, had issues. Makes me nervous about Death Source. I'm not going to lie. Makes me very nervous about Death Source. We saw some Trainbot images from promotional booklet that was packed in with Yukikaze. It basically shows Raiden and the other 2 Trainbots. I mean, it is what it is. So cool. Rise of the Beast costumes and role play accessories, they're out. According to JT Prime 17, the next G.I. Joe crossover is going to be Soundwave. And Soundwave is going to turn into the Dreadnought Thunder Machine. Interestingly, as a kid, I had the Thunder Machine, but for some weird reason, I didn't have Thrasher. And I don't know why I didn't have Thrasher, but I had the Thunder Machine, which is strange. And what's even stranger is apparently this Soundwave will come with O-ring, so 3 3/4 scale, Zartan and Zarana, or Zarana. I always call her Zarana. Cool. I mean, Zartan's cool. Zarana's cool. Why isn't it coming with Thrasher? I find that strange, but whatever. I mean, Thrasher was the driver, but, whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. Rise of the Beasts. Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal had cameos during the NFL Nickmas. I don't really know what Nickmas was, something on Nickelodeon. But we saw Optimus transform and drive off. We saw Primal transform from gorilla and wield his blade. About the clearest images we've had from Rise of the Beasts yet. Speaking of Primal, we've seen coming out of Turkey, of all places, Smash Changer Primal. He's kind of blue and gray with a little bit of like almost brownish to him. I mean, he's an awful, terrible waste of money and a brick, but at least it's a Primal. The face looks to just have like a growling mouth. David Sobolov is going to be at TF Nation 2023. I think one of the biggest names that they've announced for next year's TF Nation. I think August 11th to the 13th. And if you don't know who David Sobolov is, he was Depth Charge. He was Transformers Prime Shockwave. He was Bumblebee movie Blitzwing. In Rise of the Beast, he's going to be Rhinox and Battle Trap. So he's in tons of the fiction as some of our very favorite characters. We saw more images of the Junkion 2, who doesn't have a name yet. However, some stolen copies are out there and reviews have gone up. Okay. And everybody's kind of amazed. Like, he could combine with Scraphook. There's ports on him. He might be able to be a combiner. You do realize that the whole Junkion gimmick is a continuation of fossilizers and weaponizers, right? So you can probably build an infinite Junkion. Hopefully, if they're going to do it as a combiner-ish type thing, there's more solidity than just 5mm ports. But the whole point of these is to be a continuation of the weaponizer fossilizer gimmick. And I, for one, am all for it. Love it. I think it's a brilliant idea. Plus, you could kind of take the new Junkion 2 and kind of put him into a leg. Just saying. He can transform into kind of a leg. There was an MP Trailbreaker video where his doors open and we can see his engine, and we can see that the entire like truck section like cabs over, and you take it back, and then you do all the waist and legs, and then the arms and the head are kind of all up in the top of the truck. Cyberverse Minis by Toy Mini Brands is coming out. These are blind bag. They're $14.99 for something that's non-transforming and non-articulated. If you ask me, that spells non-fun. Why would I spend $20, I assume US, on something that doesn't articulate or transform? That sounds stupid to me, but okay, whatever. Fans Hobby. We all know Fans Hobby has done an Armada Optimus Prime. We all know Fans Hobby has done a Megatron from Armada. We all know that they've done that recolor of the Armada Prime. And, you know, to be fair, they've also done the Energon Prime, and I'm pretty sure they've done the Cyberverse one as well, or they're working on it. Not sure now. But they are also going to repaint their Armada Megatron into Galvatron colors. So Fans Hobby Galvatron, Armada Galvatron on the way. And that's really it for the news. I'm going to give you guys the trivia, and I'm going to go back and see what you guys are saying here. When we get to the trivia, then we'll do the unboxing. We're going to get out of here then. And you can go and you can enjoy your New Year's weekend. And we'll end up seeing each other once again in the new year. The trivia tonight comes to us once again by our buddy Sam. Sam Dermody, who is a very knowledgeable guy. Here is this week's trivia. In Transformers Prime, we all know that Sea Spray was mentioned as apparently being not only a wrecker, but he was put offline by Dreadwing. And we all know that, you know, we wanted to see more of him, right? Well, there was a scrapped idea where he would have shown up in season 3 as part of the main cast. And guess what? I actually survived. I wasn't taken offline at all. My spark was not extinguished at all. And he would have come back. The idea got scrapped, unfortunately. However, had Sea Spray appeared in season 3 of Transformers Prime, word is that they were going to base his personality on a famous fictional sailor. What famous fictional sailor was Sea Spray's personality going to be based on in Transformers Prime? Was it going to be based on A, Long John Silver from Treasure Island, B, Captain Ahab from Moby Dick, C, Popeye the Sailor Man, or D, Quint from Jaws? Was it going to be Long John Silver, Captain Ahab, Popeye, or Quint? I'm going to see what you guys come up with. I'm going to scroll up because I know you've been talking a lot. I'm going to see what you guys have been saying. Let's see here. Okay. I saw a Quintesson at my local toy store about a month ago. Never wanted him. I feel guilty. We had so many Quintesson judges in the UK. They went on sale for $15.99. Wow. I mean, I had mine on pre-order. Actually, it's funny. I had 3 on pre-order, and then I was, I think it was Input, who helped me get the, was it Input? I can't remember now who it was. Maybe it was Ultra Megatronus. Maybe it was Razor Bear. I don't know who it was. Somebody helped me get the Pit of Judgment. And if you're in the chat, by the way, whoever helped me get that, let me know. Because I don't remember now. And as such, I kept 2 of my own Quintessons, and I actually gave another one away to someone local. And then I found 2 more, and I actually bought them and gave those away too, because they weren't abundant here, and it was right in the midst of like pretty much lockdown, and I was lucky enough to have some connections, and that's how I got mine, right? And that's how I helped some other people get theirs. Sandstorm is very fun. If you have Kingdom Scorponok, you know what to expect. Yeah, I don't like the Kingdom Scorponok, but if you do, cool. I have all of the hot kits that were ever made. Nice. Then you definitely have the one that I had from years ago as a lad. 18 would have been dope. People will spend odd cash on toys and try to justify the purchase. They will. Addiction's a real thing, man. That was a great work, Hasbro. I underarm applaud you. Good job, glitches. I got Victory Saber, but I'm aware I overspend on him. See, I don't overspend on anything because I don't think that I can't overspend on anything anymore and buy it aftermarket because I don't think the retail price is reasonable anymore. Like, I don't think it's sensible to pay the retail price anymore, let alone anything over and above it. You'll see tomorrow how much value I was able to eke out of the Victory Saber set. You'll see. And I think I was generous on some of the valuation I gave. You'll see tomorrow. We go right through the math. The price of the Victory Saber in Europe is close to 500. That's insane. That's insane. I can guarantee you he's not worth that. I can guarantee you 1,000,000,000% he's not worth that. I know what would happen. That's why I didn't invest my time in mining Star Saber, although I would love to have one. Honestly, you can go third party, man. I'm just saying the option's there. And the Victory Saber orders that got canceled are the ones people backed, or are they the retailers? I don't know, Palpatine. I just know it's through Zavi, and that's the only way that apparently it was being done in Europe. So good question that unfortunately I don't have the answer to. So if those pre-orders are canceled, did Victory Saber really make its funding? It's funny that people think any of this needs to make its funding. They're going to make it anyway. And people will say, yeah, but stuff has failed. Yeah, you got to have some projects fail so that this looks legit. It's like nobody has ever done marketing before. Like, none of it's on the up and up. Get real. Now, if those fans want Victory Saber, will overpay for it. That's really sad. I agree. And then what if you get it and you got one of the ones that got issues? Call me insane, but a 18 van would be the 86 Ironhide or Mr. T. I guess that'd be disappointing. I'm going to check it out. I never did that. HasLab trash. I'm glad I didn't do it. That's fair. Omnibots. Yeah, I guess Omnibots still need to be done. Yeah. Hasbro's mismanagement is not even limited to Transformers anymore. Oh, gosh. No. They're making a lot of mistakes on a lot of lines. Focus on profits over quality and stability has been destroying Magic the Gathering, too. Sad to see. Yeah, that $1,000 set of cards. I have a green light A-Team van. It's... What? I have a green light A-Team van. It's close with green rims. Interesting. I don't know why I said in English, Nickel, but okay. The Thunder Machine was awesome. Had a Trans Am front clip. Out of all the characters to be A dreadnought vehicle Soundwave is the wrong character. Yeah, I agree. I feel like somebody who's more bucking the system should be a dreadnought. I don't have Ironhide, but I'm taking Dennis's word and not care about him. I'm not. See if it comes out in buzzworthy because it got to be better. Nickmas is Christmas Nickelodeon channel. Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. I'm not sure what NFL had to do with it, but whatever. Wait for the buzzworthy version. There you go. No. 86 Ironhide is fine. Not good enough to replace my Kingdom Ironhide, considering all the trouble. I had to get a working one. See, here's the thing. It's fine. Here, it's being sold as a Voyager, of course, for $50. No, I'm not buying something that's fine for $50 when I think it's already overpriced. Not happening. It's not fine. As a deluxe, I would be talking about it a lot differently. But I can't talk about it as a deluxe. I have to talk about it as a Voyager because that's what they valued it as. I still say Depth Charge is still alive. How is that possible? When do I think Snarl will release? He's going to be the last one. I would like to think in 2023, but I won't be shocked if Snarl is until 2024. I mean, I assume Swoop will be later this year. I really hope we get those two this year. They're very close to my exit strategy for getting out of buying all the stuff, and I really want to get them done. But I know Swoop is supposed to be next. Now Sludge jumped Swoop, so maybe Snarl will jump Swoop as well. I don't know. We'll have to see. I didn't know. Also voiced Blitzwing in the Bumblebee movie. Really excited for Legacy Junkions. I want MMC Death Source now more than ever. Yeah, he looks really good, hey. Depth Charge for President. I think using the Junkions like the Fossilizer Weaponizers is pretty clever. So do I, because they're made of junk. It makes perfect sense. Sea Spray for Secretary of Treasury. That's funny. I know, Sea Spray. Popeye. Oh, there's a lot of Popeye there. Hold on. No, sir. It's not Popeye. The answer is, as Tian Toy says, Quint. It's Quint from Jaws. Yeah, played by Robert Shaw, if I'm not mistaken, who passed away in August of 1978. That was pretty overwhelming with the Popeye responses. I am what I am. Sea sprays, Mr. Krabs. I meant like when I backed him, I knew I was getting ripped off since he's essentially a commander. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is some other value in there, but yeah. Worth like 100, 110. Now, I think you'll find it interesting when you see my valuation because there's certain things that I do attribute value to that might be iffy. You'll see when we get there tomorrow. Hasbro being Hasbro as we go down here. Star Saber should have been a commander in Legacy and Victory, Leo, as a Voyager or leader. Yes, I agree. Bet you Sea Spray and Prime was going to be real bulky, massive. I assume he was going to be as well. The HasLab project is a farce to not alienate their retailers. 100%. 100%. It's Pulse's bad business because they're not selling factory direct, which means they're getting the profit from wholesale. Then they're getting the profit from distributor markup and the profit from retail markup. So when you buy something off Pulse, you're giving them 3 times the profit. 3 times the profit, at least. And HasLab, you're giving them money. They already got your money. Why are they going to care if it's good or bad? They already got your money. We as consumers got to stop this and start holding this company far more accountable to offer the best product at the most competitive price. And guess what? Fix your distribution and make it widespread. Sorry, but that's the facts. The way you're running things now, you're just running it to the ground. There's a few that I could name that could still do like Beast Machines, for example. Go down here a bit. Got it wrong. Around the time Convoy was released in 1978, Convoy was all trucks. Okay. All right. And the very last thing for tonight is a little bit of a pickup, I suppose. Actually, I got it for Christmas, and I wasn't planning on getting this. So my Christmas haul, because I don't really have much of a Christmas haul, was Victory Saber. He was Christmas. And last week, you saw that I had Sideways, that I had Red Cog, and a bevy of other oddities that I got from from Maximal 10. All of that was for Christmas. So my Christmas haul has really been over the last couple of weeks. This is the second to last thing that I have as part of my Christmas haul. The other thing is on order and not here yet. Hopefully it'll be here by next week, by the next show. But that would be 4 weeks of Christmas haul. So tonight, one other thing that I got. This is, I'm not gonna lie, this is from my mom. And it was a Christmas gift. And I was not going to get this. I said I had no need of it and I wasn't going to get it, but I did end up for the holidays with Transmetal 2 Beast Wars Megatron. I wasn't going to get it because I was really thrown. And I said this, I was really thrown by this arm over here. I've only seen one of him locally, and that was at a GameStop. Only one, and that's the one that my mom got for me for the holidays. I don't know when or if more of him will come. I would think he will become more abundant since he's going to be the leader repacked in apparently wave 1 of Legacy Evolution. So I think he'll be more abundant. But I'd heard good things, and I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he's pretty great. He is pretty great. Not perfect, but pretty darn great. I got to say. Yeah, really beautiful. We will eventually take a look at him next week. Actually, I'll tell you now, tomorrow is going to be Victory Saber. Next week will be Crankcase to finally round out the Wave 3 Deluxes. And that guy will also be next week. And hopefully we'll have the last thing that's part of my Christmas haul next week. That's it. We are done. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. I'm so glad that you came by, that you dropped by here tonight and had some fun. This is the last live show before the new year, which means the next time we come back here will be the first live show of 2023. And if you weren't here last week when I gave my best holiday and New Year's wishes, then hear me loud and clear right now when I say this, that as the year ends and we look back and as we go forward into 2023, I wish you and your family and your friends nothing but the absolute best, whether we agree all the time or disagree, whether we argue or whether we're the best of friends. Please know that in my heart of hearts, I wish each and every single one of you the absolute best in 2023. And please don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward, man, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old fashioned way. You know what I'm going to say, inside the videos.